Hi, my name is Jake, and I am a bookish drummer. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about my March TBR, all of the books that I plan on hopefully getting to in the month of March. This will be interesting because I have 12 books here. Hold on, let me count. Yes, I have 12 books to read, including a 1,000-page tome. Now, normally 12 books would not be that hard, but starting in March, I'm going to be working a lot more, which is a good thing because, more work, more money. But I'm assuming my reading time will be condensed a lot. So will I read all of these books? I really hope so. But there'll be a few of them. Like if I don't get to all of them, it's not that big a deal. But we're going to go ahead and talk about them. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So starting off, obviously, with The Bizarre Bad Dreams. This will be a continuation of the Stephen King short story book club, going very well. There was a couple of stories in February that aren't a lot of people's favorites, mine either, but there's still some really good ones in here. And overall, the collection is a lot better than I remember it being. And the March pick for our Thrill, Chill, or Kill book club is going to be All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. This one will be interesting. This will be the very first Megan Miranda I read, and this one's supposed to be an interesting premise where the story is kind of told backwards. So we're starting out in the present, and then the story kind of unfolds into the past. I don't know if I've read a book quite like that. I know the movie Memento is similar to that. I watched that years and years ago. But it'll be interesting to see how this works and to see if Megan Miranda is an author that I want to continue trying books from. We also have a couple of read-alongs happening over on the Bookish Drummer Discord, linked down below if you're not already signed up for that. And we're going to be reading book 3 of Lightbringer, which is The Broken Eye. And at this point, I have not read book 2. I'm filming this like in mid-February, a little bit early, but I'm still excited to read book 2, and I'm sure by the time I get to it, I'm going to be very excited for book 3. A few people have already read The Blinding Knife, and they really enjoyed it, so definitely looking forward to book 3. And we have another read-along that's going to be kicking off in March, and this is very exciting. We have a Harry Potter read-along happening, so of course, starting in March, we're going to be reading book 1, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, whatever. And this one's going to be very interesting because, I read, like the first few books as a kid, and then I went back and read the later books in college and kind of had mixed feelings about them. So this read-along is going to be interesting. And I don't know when, I think the Harry Potter announcement video has already gone out. So I've already gone into deep discussion about my history with Harry Potter. But overall, I'm just very excited to get my opinion of the series as a 30-year-old man. I also do a monthly Patreon wheel spin, and whoever wins that, if you're a Patreon member, you get put on the wheel spin, and whoever wins that gets to choose any book that they want for me to read. And the winner was Kate, and I'll link her channel down below because she has a YouTube channel, Kate Coy. And the book that she wants me to read is Chasing Graves by Ben Galley. And I've been meaning to get to this one for a while now, and I will have a Discord channel open for that if anyone wants to buddy read with me. There are free audiobooks on Audible, which is great because now if I really like book 1, I can go ahead and read the second and third book. So definitely excited for Chasing Graves. Every month on the Discord, I've been doing a thing where I do a random number generator between 1 and 100, and everyone on the Discord gets to randomly guess what they think the number is, and whoever is the closest gets to choose a book for me to read the following month. And the winner was Justin, and the book that he picked is Bunny, which this will be a fun read because I've heard it's very weird. I've also been forewarned that it's not necessarily a typical horror book. Maybe it's more like on the literary side, so I'll know that going into it, but definitely excited to see how weird this book really gets. I also did kind of a Super Bowl, something super something special for the Super Bowl, where whoever guessed the winner and whoever was the closest to guessing the score correctly, doesn't have to be exact, but whoever was kind of the closest gets to choose a book for me to read in March. And the winner was Cat Lady Penny, and the book that she wants me to read is Death is a Lonely Business by Ray Bradbury. And I'm super excited for this because Ray Bradbury is one of my all-time favorite authors, and I really haven't read a lot of his novels. I've read a ton of his short story collections, but this one I've been meaning to read for years and years and have never gotten to it, so definitely excited to check this one out. And also serendipitously, I also do a random number generator for myself, and the number gets attached to this giant spreadsheet I have of all my unread books. And it's serendipitous because the book that was chosen is A Pleasure to Burn, also by Ray Bradbury. And I've been meaning to read this book for a long time, and I finally will in March. This one, I think, if I remember correctly, is like short stories that are kind of connected to the world or ideas of Fahrenheit 451, which is a great book, by the way, if you haven't read it, a classic for a reason. And yeah, I'm excited to check out both of these Bradbury books that I've been meaning to read for so long now. I also have some sequels that I would love to get to if I have time. Like I said, March is going to be a very busy work month for me. But I would love to get to Lords of Uncreation by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is the third and final book in the Final Architecture trilogy. And I just finished the second book this morning, Eyes of the Void, and really enjoyed my time with it. I gave it 4.5 stars, liked it just a bit more than the first book, which I gave 4 stars. I can definitely see this being like a new favorite trilogy, and I really hope it sticks the landing. Because Eyes of the Void is probably my favorite Tchaikovsky books I've read so far. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting the conclusion to this just weird-ass trilogy. And then we have a series that I'm rereading until book 3 actually comes out at the end of March, but I'm going to be reading book 3 in April, so more to come on that. But for March, I'm going to be rereading Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. And this is the sequel, of course, to My Heart is a Chainsaw, one of my favorite horror books of all time. I think I'm going to enjoy my time with Don't Fear the Reaper more upon a reread, because the first time I read it, it was just written so differently than My Heart is a Chainsaw, and I wasn't enjoying it for like the first half. But by the second half, I kind of got what he was going with it, and I got used to the writing style of it. I think going into it now, knowing what it is, I'll appreciate it for what it is, and I'll have a better time with it. So definitely looking forward to Don't Fear the Reaper. And then just like a random thriller that I kind of want to read just because I'm trying to create more room on my shelves for Stacy, because she's slowly bringing all of her books over here, and I want to try to get through as many thrillers and horror books as possible, because those are more likely the books I would unhaul, because I really only keep them if they're like 5-star all-time favorites, and usually thrillers could kind of go either way. So have I even said what the book is yet? It's Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. No idea if I'm going to like this. It has a terrible Goodreads rating, which is why I kind of want to get to it sooner, because not only that, like, there's a possibility that I hate this book, but also it's a hardcover, my version anyway. And even if I like it, I'm going to get rid of it anyway. So it's a good book to read to create more room on the shelf for Stacy. And then we get to the last book. And if those books weren't enough for me to have fear in my eyes for, oh my God, am I going to be able to read all of these books? The last book I have to talk about is The Way of Friggin' Kings by Brandon Sanderson. My second favorite book of all time. I love this book. I love Stormlight Archive. I love it. But good God, I have so many books to read, and March, like I said, is going to be busy work schedule-wise. So, will I have time to read it? Oh man, I have no idea. And then, of course, April is going to be our Battle of the Bands readathon month, and I don't want to read Way of Kings during a readathon because that's just idiotic. So I really want to try to get to my reread of it in March because I kind of want to do it every other month until the release of book 5 in November. But we'll see. Am I crazy for wanting to read all of these books in March? You be the judge. All right, so that is my March TBR, all 12 books that I would love to get to and finish in the month of March. But will I have time? Probably not. But anyway, like I said, if I can get to all of these, I mean, there's definitely some books that I don't like have to read. Like, I mean, there's some books that I do have to read. But like Bizarre Bad Dreams, I got to get to those short stories. The Patreon pick and like the Discord stuff I got to get to, obviously. Lightbringer, Harry Potter, All the Missing Girls. Those are like the books that I have to focus on. I don't have to get to Don't Fear the Reaper or Lords of Uncreation or Just Like Home, but I want to. That's the dilemma. Like, I want to read all the books, but I don't have time probably. But you never know. We'll see. And then also mood. You know, like I have a lot of books I have to read. So if I get to some of these books that I don't have to read, but I'm not in the mood for, I might read something else. You know, booktube problems. But yeah, definitely let me know if you're interested in reading any of these books with me. A lot of these are going to have channels on the Book Astronomer Discord. So if you're interested at all and you're not already signed up, link down below. You can come check that out and come be a part of our awesome community on the Book Astronomer Discord. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, Patreon if you want to go support me, Amazon wishlist, and of course Book Astronomer Discord where we've got Harry Potter, Lightbringer, Thrill, Chill, or Kill, Stephen King Short Story Book Club, tons of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.